Hey guys, how you doing? This is Ty, and I'm back again for some media news. Yeah. All right, this is gonna be on the Justice League. It's not gonna be on the Snyderverse Justice League because James Gunn and the DCU they're gonna go their own way. They're trying to separate themselves away from the Snyderverse. And I made a video about Netflix trying to take on Snyder. Might be able to take on Snyderverse and completing the Justice League to what we want. Well, what a lot of people do want. Not everybody. Some people don't like the Snyderverse, but I think that the animated to make it animated would be the best option, guys, because these actors are not getting younger, and budget wise, it would be the best option, and they can go a lot further with a really good animated series to complete the Justice League and complete our image of what will happen when that universe completes Snyderverse universe. So that's my thoughts on it. So we're gonna go to our movie news, and it's gonna we're gonna talk about DCU and their reboot of the Justice League. And let's see. I mean, I'm open minded, guys. I'm really open minded to James Gunn, and he's changing the world of the DCU. And I mean, if it sucks in the future, then it sucks. Then you can say, I don't like this crap. But I'm open minded to it. See what's up, because I mean, the way Marvel is going, it's not that great. And I do want to see my heroes that I love to watch in movies do live on somewhere else. All right, let's go.
League are being recast, severing the DCU from the Snyderverse. But this is actually very beneficial for the DC fandom, especially Snyderverse fans.
All right, I hope so.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our movie news. Today we have a brand new article from Variety going in depth with behind the scenes drama on Aquaman 2, but also revealing some more information regarding the future of the DCU and more specifically the Justice League.
All right.
Variety stated, in fact, none of the stars cast by Zack Snyder for 2016's Batman v Superman and 2017's Justice League, including Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot,
Wow.
Ezra Miller, and Momoa, will reprise their roles in the new DC universe in character.
Wow.
Jason Momoa may return, just not as Aquaman. Sources say the actor has engaged in talks to play Lobo either in 2025 Reboot Superman Legacy, written and directed by Gunn, or in a standalone film.
Wow.
In a confusing twist, Viola Davis, who played Amanda Waller in both the recent Suicide Squad movies, will remain as that character in the Gunn Safran DC universe in next year's Max series Waller, and possibly in the new
Guys, I like Viola Davis and her role. She she really played her role very well. I have nothing against her. Jason Momoa playing Lobo, I can definitely see him in that role. It's just sad that I really Aquaman. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, but it's really sad seeing the Justice League that we know be dismantled like this. This is really sad, but let's go.
Superman tentpole. Another outlier is Gunn's Max series Peacemaker, which will be back for a second season with John Cena in the lead. So
Peacemaker.
the entire Justice League cast are not returning to the DCU as the Justice League characters. Only Jason Momoa is staying in the DCU, but will be returning as Lobo. This was something we already kind of knew about, but Variety emphasizing that message just reinforces that news. However, Gal Gadot herself did confirm a few months ago that she was making Wonder Woman 3 with James Gunn and Peter Safran. So that section of the report is confusing. You could say she was lying, but what benefit would that give her? So did Gunn and Safran lie to Gal about returning? Well, Gunn implied that he hadn't removed Gal from the DCU. So is Variety incorrect, or is she playing a new character in the DCU just like Jason Momoa will be, so none of them are lying? Are they just being super vague about it? Variety did say none of the Justice League cast are reprising their roles in the DCU.
Wow.
So they never said they aren't in the DCU, just they won't be playing the same roles they played in the DCEU in the DCU. So we could see Gal Gadot playing a different character in the DCU.
Wow.
Maybe Hippolyta, who would be in the DCU's Wonder Woman film. So
Wow.
maybe Gal is taking a page out of Gunn's book where you tell the truth, but not the full truth, because you don't want to reveal everything.
Which is a lie.
Now, the part that does concern me is how vague they are about Jason Momoa as Lobo and Viola Davis as Waller. Variety claimed both times that both characters may turn up in Superman Legacy. Now, maybe they don't know because they haven't got a confirmation by it from their source, or they're just making it up as an educated guess. But what if they are just reporting directly from what is happening at DC Studios? What if the studio is unsure whether or not to include Lobo and Waller in Superman Legacy? That would concern me. Gunn is supposed to have this story complete. It's his passion project. But if he is unsure if Lobo and Waller will turn up, makes it sound like his Superman reboot isn't as well planned as we originally thought. It also makes the movie sound less of a Superman movie and more of a cameo movie. So far, we have Superman, Lois Lane, Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, and now potentially Lobo and Amanda Waller. Now, that is without presumably Lex Luthor, Jimmy Olsen, and the rest of the usual Superman crew. So this film already sounds like it is filled with cameos, which I understand are to address that this is already in an established DC universe where other heroes are already around, but they need to make sure it's not overkill. Sure, show that there are other characters around, but make sure it doesn't take away from the fact that this is a Superman movie. However, Gunn's comments a few weeks ago about how a shared universe should always add to the fun, but never be the sole focus of the movie, does give me confidence that he will control what the cameos are like, to make them feel natural or necessary to the plot of the film, instead of forced in moments of fan service. What Marvel has struggled to do recently is getting out of the cameo obsession. Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange 2 virtually were hyped up due to the uncertainty of who would show up in the movie, rather than the actual story the film was going to tell, which I think Gunn recognizes and is something he wants to get away from. Another thing Gunn wants to get away from is the drama surrounding the Snyderverse. Now, whatever side you are on regarding the Snyderverse, one thing that I believe mutually benefits everyone is the removal of the Snyderverse Justice League cast. Now, some of you may be surprised to hear me say that, but I'll explain why I feel that way. Now, like many, when I heard Gunn was mainly rebooting the Snyderverse cast and only keeping his own, I was very angry at first, calling him out for being biased towards his own work and potentially just hating either Snyder's characters or his fans. And whilst I still do believe it isn't a good idea for him to keep his own cast whilst rebooting Snyder's, and that I think he isn't the biggest fan of Snyder's fans, I am actually starting to be happy about him rebooting the Justice League cast. The reasoning for that is that I believe it is mutually beneficial for all parties. The fans who didn't like Snyder's take on the heroes or the cast he used, they will be gone and rebooted. So no more Justice League that you didn't like. For the Snyderverse fans, this means Gunn won't be changing storylines or the way these characters are presented. The legacy of Snyder's Justice League is now contained solely in the Snyderverse. Gunn won't be able to touch it. And if the day was ever to come where a potential Snyderverse revival happened in whatever form, the story would be able to lift off straight from where it was left in Snyder's story. Whereas if Gunn continued with the same cast but took them in a different vision, it would become even more unlikely that they would ever go back to tell Snyder's original story. And let's face it, how many fans who loved Snyder's story would be happy with Gunn telling a new story with the same cast? I know that if I saw a Justice League film with the same cast from Snyder's now being in Gunn's vision, I wouldn't be too pleased with it, just because I know what could have been, with the Justice League taking on Darkseid. And I know there are fans who hate Gunn's take, and if he would use the same cast for the Justice League, there would absolutely be fans outraged at him for the way he presented them. Now, Gunn can't touch Snyder's Justice League cast. He can't damage them in any way. Look at the fan response for when Cavill returned in Black Adam. Fans complained about the use of John Williams' theme instead of Hans Zimmer's, the colour of Superman's suits being red and blue and not black, to continue the Snyderverse story.
Right.
Some even complained about the flick in Superman's hair. Imagine those complaints for James Gunn DCU, but still using Snyder's cast. It would be awful for both sides.
Okay.
Fans who like the changes Gunn made will be angry with fans who are complaining Gunn is changing everything from Snyder's vision, and fans upset that Gunn is changing everything from Snyder's vision would be angry at Gunn for doing it, and the fans who are defending him,
Right.
which would cause even more negativity and division. So it would feel like this isn't a true continuation of the Justice League story.
Right.
So recasting everyone makes a lot of sense. And I don't think the studio would ever hire Ray Fisher or Ezra Miller again. So that would already have to be two recasts. Then we go to Jason Momoa, who wants to be Lobo, so he wouldn't be happy with being Aquaman still. And then you're left with the Trinity, who, let's face it, aren't getting any younger or cheaper.
Nope.
So you would end up with a half-recasted Justice League, which is even more confusing than a completely recasted Justice League.
Right.
And that half-recasted Justice League wouldn't be accepted by everyone, as it would be Gunn handling Snyder's characters.
Right.
So even if Gunn continued with what he could continue with, many fans would not be happy anyway, and the execution of said characters would be even messier than if he just rebooted everyone. So the
Right.
more I think about it, the more I think recasting the whole Justice League was the best long-term plan. It was a painful thing to do, and maybe it was just bias from Gunn, but it also makes a lot of sense from a planning and executional phase.
All right. So, guys, I don't want this video to be too long. Basically, that's the gist of it. He's gonna reboot it. James Gunn. He's gonna reboot the universe. He's separating his universe again away from Snyder's universe, and basically Lobo, Jason Momoa. He's gonna hopefully get the role as Lobo in the future. Everyone else looks like no, it's not gonna happen. Gal Gadot, maybe she'll get another role, but it doesn't look like that, guys. Like I said before, I would say the best thing for Snyderverse would be Netflix and a really really good animated series to complete Snyder's vision of Justice League against Darkseid. Um, I would think that's the best option, money wise, time wise, and just expansion of the universe. You can do anything with anime, and the effects that we have now, it definitely looks so good on film on the screen. You never know. It could be on a big screen also. If Netflix, I don't know if Netflix is going to do that, put it on the theaters, but you never know, guys. You never know. The possibilities for the future is very big. So that's it, guys. I didn't want it to be that long. It's already kind of long. So I hope you like. I'm gonna try to do more movie news. Comment, if you want me to give you some more movie news on something or ideas on something else. Just let me know. Okay, guys. So let me know. Subscribe and like. Take care.